Hey guys, what's up? Eddie Alho here with Kiss Analog. Guys, I want to show you a microscope today. Now, I did show one just not too long ago as a trinocular. Now, this one is a microscope with plenty of workspace between the lens and, whether you have a small circuit board like this, surface mount, or maybe you have a combination surface mount through hole, something big with large parts. It's very easy to move up and down and to autofocus. It actually has autofocus. So that is really neat and has a couple presetable focuses on it. Also cool. And a couple different light sources. It's just really easy to use, really easy to move around up and down and just to get around whatever kind of board you have. You have the magnification power of zooming in, seeing something small, or you can pull up and see a little bit larger circuit. So it's just been really great to use. And this is a TOMLOV. It's a 4K video. And I think it's 54 megapixels for still pictures. And it's got some cool features, okay? So let's just jump over, take a look at it, see what you think, okay? All right, guys, this is the TOMLOV microscope. It's the 4K microscope. It's a really nice microscope. It has this added on extra ring light, okay? You can turn this part on and off, right? And then here, let's just power up the camera. I've got this protective screen on there that you can see the little hand and stuff. But there is what we're looking at down here. So it's just fine, right? Now that is basically with just our ambient light in the room. Now, I have this little slider control. I can turn on the light and see how bright it gets. So I can easily control it this way. And then I can move this board around to get contrast. So I can see things and look at it with that. But there's, inside this tube here, I think there's 8 LEDs, which you can kind of see them. If I move it this way, you can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and so you can use that for contrast or to add some brightness, as well as turn on the ring light. The ring light does an awesome job of lighting things up. And if you notice, as I turn this up real bright, the camera gets bright and then adjusts. So the camera adjusts for that. So I think we get a lot of light. We get more depth of field. And there's plenty of workspace underneath here, so to solder and whatever. And you can rotate this thing around wherever you like it. I just put it in this position so I could show you the control of the on-off switch, and it just hooks in like that. Now this guy here has 2 settable focal lengths, okay? So let's say I have one right here for P1. Right now it says manual focus. I can hit autofocus and it'll autofocus. See that? Just kind of looks for the focal point. Now P1, if I hit that, that is a preset focal distance. So not sure what I had going on there. Oh, it might have been a board like this where it's flat. And then I have P2 preset. And I think that was when we were looking at things super close. So that P2, I had set for really close things where I want to look at the pads on like that 8-pin chip right there. 8-pin SIP, I think is what it is. So yeah, it's really nice. And you got manual focus, but yeah, I love the automatic focus. That works great. Now let's look at our power factor correction that we've seen before and see what that looks like. But let me show you the arm here. This thing here folds, swings around so I can hit all the corners of this workstation right here. And up here, from up here, you can see the HDMI input, the micro SD input, USB, and your 9-volt output. So it's a nice little setup. You can see the rotation here. You can rotate this around how you want, pull it out, extend these arms, fold them back. And also this thing back here rotates around too. So you can just rotate it with it extended, or you can fold it in on itself like this. So get nice and close up over here if you need to. All right, so I put this power factor correction board down here that I've done some solid work on before, and we can look to see how, if I did a good job on this one, which I admit it's probably not awesome. So you hit the autofocus, show you that, see how fast that zooms in. And this is the one I can tell I did with the hot air gun because it's just so much better than my other job. But so anyway, you can see how well we can zoom in. Now I can lower the station. Let me do that. I can, okay, that actually is kind of lower down. Now I could take this guy and lower this thing down even further so we can get closer. Or if we want to see how much that circuit we can get, I can loosen this and then pull this up to the top like this. I'll go to the extreme, and you can put this tight so it doesn't just drift down on you if there's a problem with that maybe. Okay, so from this vantage point, from this height, I got all this workspace and I can still see those pins very clearly. Now let me turn this up and then down, just see what gives us better contrast. And here I'll adjust this down or up. That's full brightness. It's kind of interesting where I can see the camera taking over. There's really dim. Okay, you can see down there. Then if I bring it up just a little bit, if I bring it on real fast all the way up, the camera kind of settles in and adjusts for that. And then you can move this board around to get different contrasts. See, I can see the part number there really clearly, and I'm holding it that way. You get the light on these laser etched parts to hit it just right. You can put a little alcohol on top of the chip too, and it'll highlight it, make it easy to read. But yeah, you see this camera, there's the nice thing about this microscope is there's just lots of room to work. And then it's very easy. If I loosen this guy down, I can actually just grab this thing and just kind of push it down. I don't have to sit there and spin the dial, and just come in like that. And the autofocus keeps it in focus. And if I move that around, you can kind of see, there you go. Look how good you can read that. So, but now I can move this whole station down really close because I can get this board really close if I want, like I showed you before, and I can see things like that. Okay, so see, there's a little bit of resin that I left around that capacitor right there that I could swab off, so I didn't get that cleaned as well as I could have. So very nice microscope, and it takes this power cord here that comes over to AC power, and then it takes this 5-volt power to come up and power the back head of this unit right there. Okay, so there's your power sources, and it's just a really nice setup. Right now it says 52 meg for taking pictures, 4K P30 for an autofocus mode. So I can come up with my remote control. I can hit menu right here, and then see these different icons here. Let me drift across those so you can see there's playback. There's it says 1 of 2 image, so you can scroll down and get more things to look at. So white balance, auto or calibration, autofocus, auto or manual down here, autofocus window, average or point. And right now it's on point, autofocus point, and then rows and columns, effect, color, bandwidth. Maybe I get this camera closer so you can read all this stuff. And there you go, there's some more settings. So, and what if you put your board down, but you don't want to move it, but you want it flipped over, mirrored, or vertical flipped? So you can do that kind of thing as well. So pretty nice. Okay, let me go to that menu and see this. This is really interesting. You got a photo, video, split, or freeze. And in photo, you got 13 meg or 52 meg. Video, 4K P30 or 1080 P60. And you can see all these other setups you have. Now, here's the interesting thing. Here, let me take us over to the split frame, okay? Oh, and before we do that, let me just take you this one. Here's cross. You can set up a center thing or rulers, index. You can change all these things to give you different markers on the screen. And here, let's just go back to this one. Now, I'm in video mode here. If I go to split right here. All right, so I'm in split right here. Okay, so yeah, so I've got split selected. Let's get out of the menu. And look at this. Now here's the big board, and then that little thing right there. So this little corner right here is kind of a thing that I zoom in so I can go, okay, here's my circuit, but I want to zoom in on that current sense resistor. So I split the screen like that, and that's kind of a neat feature. But let's see what else we can do. Instead of split, go to freeze. Let's check that out. Okay, now I'm in freeze, but now I want to show you something here. In freeze, I can come down here and I say full, left, up, or 4. So here, let's get out of this first of all. So now I've just frozen the screen so I can, okay, I just moved the board so we could see some. So I've frozen the screen. I think it freezes the focus and all that kind of stuff. So now here, let's go to menu again. Now I haven't played with this a lot. I just find it really interesting. So let's come down to 4. Let's see what that does. Look at that. I've saved one of the screens. I guess somehow I can go and I can save these other images so I can have 4 different images saved on there if I wanted to, frozen in space. So yeah, I got to play with it more to see how this works, but I just want to show you all the different features that this thing has and things you can do. Okay, I came to this one and I said freeze up. So I got this red, border here. So this screen's frozen, okay? Then I get out of that and then I can move things around. I can keep an eye on this and look at the bottom of the screen for different things, or I can freeze the bottom and change the top. Or there's that 4 thing where you can get 4 different things. But yeah, so you guys that have used this kind of feature before, let me know in the comments below what you use it for. But I can see how I could have a nice reference point and then use this image maybe to zoom in closer or to do different things. So yeah, that could be handy. Very nice microscope. So what do you think of that? It's a pretty nice camera, right? I mean, it's got that 10-inch screen, which is super nice. I like the 4K video, high resolution. So right now, it might be my favorite microscope that I have. I've got a couple others to show you, and they're also nice. Everybody likes something a little bit different. So I'm going to show you a couple others in some videos to come. But this one is also on sale right now. It's normally like $360. So right now it's down to $299.99. So basically $300. And I might have a discount code. If I do, check the link down below. I have a link down in the description code for this. I appreciate you guys using those if you do. It really helps support the channel. It doesn't cost anything extra. And another way to support is just like the video. Just hit the like button, okay? And I want to give 2 thumbs up to my patrons, my YouTube members, Danny for being a team member. Appreciate that. So you can become a Patreon to support the channel, help me make these videos. There's a link down below. And I appreciate you using those affiliate links down below. That's really helpful. And 2 thumbs up to TOMLOV for sending this microscope out for free for me to be able to show it to you guys. I originally showed it about a year ago, I think, maybe a little bit longer. I've been using it here and there. And so I've been kind of comparing the different microscopes. And I do like the binocular type. I'm used to those. But once you get used to a 10-inch screen with 4K video, autofocus makes it really nice. Yeah, it's just become an easy one to use. So I've kind of been gravitating towards that a lot lately. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.